Alright guys, just want to go over some flashlights with you. EDC flashlights or vehicle flashlights or something you might keep by your nightstand, something like that. Um, keep in the car, what have you. Alright, we got the Coast G20 and it basically is just a flood beam. No spot on it. Runtime is pretty good. Not extremely bright. I'd say probably less than 50 lumens, but good runtime, which is pretty important. You could have the brightest flashlight, but without runtime, wouldn't do you very good. Got a little pocket clip on here, or pouch clip, or what have you. That's the G25. You got the that's the G20. You got the Coast G25, and what you have on there is these three, I would say, older style LED bulbs. Same thing here. You're not going to get as much brightness, but you're going to get a really good runtime. That's pretty important in looking for flashlights. Something that I failed to do early on, looking at flashlights, as with these, which this is the 226 lumen Mini Maglite Pro 2AA. This is the 272 lumen. Obviously, the batteries in this one are brand new. Batteries in this one are a little bit older, but they don't run very long. They say 2.5 hours, but I really don't think they run that quite as long as that. I've had a battle with them. I might do an individual review on those later. This is the 111 lumen 2 AAA. And see, you got, it says it's supposed to be a flood beam, but it just kind of makes a trashy looking beam. It's got a good spot beam on it though. These also came with the little steel clips. You got your all trusty Streamlight Stylus Pro. Again, on this one, you know, your brightness, you may get up to 60 lumens, but your runtime is about 6.5 hours. So, and these here, they won't give out on you. They're pretty good. This is actually an older one with a newer style tail cap. I've had a couple of those, and Streamlight is nice enough to just send those to you if you have the older style tail caps. I actually have one of the 2 AAA that's still running the old style switch. And then we have these are single battery lights, or these three at least. And this is the iProtec. It's around 100 lumens. You got a strobe feature also. Good pocket clip. This one also has a strike bezel that's removable. I don't have it on here at the time, and it is pretty sharp. It says caution sharp. It really is. This also can glow if you had some light on it, which I don't know how helpful that would really be, because you're not going to have, you know, some bright light on there whenever you, most likely when you need to find it. But overall, pretty good flashlight. You just got your high setting and your strobe, and I think the runtime's close to 4 hours. Pretty good on that. Okay, same thing here on the Streamlight MicroStream. This is a single AAA. Didn't put out a whole bunch of light, but the runtime's great. You have the cap feature. So you can run this backwards and on a hat or something like that, as well as the other way for a pocket. We got the Energizer tactical light, and it is built pretty good, except for the pocket clip. I actually have a pocket clip here that you can see that I broke, but Energizer said, hey, we'll refund you the amount of the flashlight. And I said, well, you know, that was a little more than I'm asking, but I always appreciate really good customer service. That says a lot in a company to me. This one's rated at 85 lumens for 4 hours, so again, on the runtime theme here, you know, it could be really bright, but if it's not running, it's not going to work very good. So this is some kind of unique. It's the Intercell, and it actually runs off of 4 LR44 batteries. So kind of got a good spot, and you got a pretty good little flood for the size of this light. Pretty cool. I paid $2 for it. I actually bought 2 of them. That was all they had, or I probably would have bought more. Runtime's pretty good on it. I don't know any numbers for sure. Haven't tried it that much, but I did put one of these older Streamlight clips. If you're a big Streamlight fan, you can notice these older style clips on here. Works out pretty good. Good little light. For something real small, you can put on a zipper on your bag or something like that. We got the Streamlight Nano. Pretty good little light. I put a little bit of Teflon tape around there so it wouldn't be falling off and turning on me. And this one, I forget what it is. Okay, this is the Anova. And this one's kind of cool. You just swipe it. Probably can't see that very good. Swipe it. You got a high, low, and I guess a slow strobe. You can do it like that and then turn it off, or you can keep swiping the same direction to get the different modes. Pretty cool for a little light like this, and it takes some of the larger button cells. Okay, now this is a 3 AAA battery light. Premier. This is pretty much I guess a copy of the Big Larry from Nebo. I also have one of those. I do not have it with me. Same feature though on this. You got a high, low, and then the red flashing. A little bit different than the Nebo, just slightly. As far as you do have a clip. You got the magnet, and I mean it does pretty good. It's not as strong as the Nebo, but it does pretty good. Pretty cool light, rated at 375 lumens on the high. I don't know, that's the only thing they actually have listed for the Nebo is 400 lumens for 4 hours, which is pretty awesome. It doesn't shoot a spot beam, but it does a very awesome flood. It will light up a whole room. Moving on, we have another 3 battery light, AA. This is the Bright Star Razor. So 90 lumens, pretty intense spot beam on here. Actually puts out a good light in general. Intrinsically safe, and pretty durable. I haven't had to call them for customer service or anything, so I don't have any information on that. But it does have a runtime of about 11 hours. So that's pretty awesome, even though it's not, the brightest light out there. Awesome on the runtime. A little larger on the size, depending on what you need. This is a pretty cool light. It's the Nightstick. I believe the company is Baco. Yeah, Baco Products. There it is. So you have a little flood beam on here, as well as a spot beam. So pretty cool. This one I believe is also intrinsically safe. There's class 1, div 1, class 2, and 3. There's a bunch of different information on here. Pretty cool little light. Not extremely bright, however, same thing. Runtime's pretty awesome. This one I do not have charged up. This would be good for a vehicle. It's the Survivor by Streamlight. One of the older style. They make a lot thinner profile cap on the newer ones. This right here is actually the charger for it, which is pretty cool. You can just kind of slide it on there, and it is set up for a vehicle, I'm pretty sure you can have one for home as well. Actually, a lot of different options on this one. You have this big battery pack that is a 3.7 volt. I don't remember it being that hard to open. 4.8 volt. Okay, 1.8 amp hour. It is a nickel cadmium. Pretty good light here. Really like these. This one again, intrinsically safe. If that's your need, if not, that is good for being waterproof. Got a good O-rings everywhere on here. So this one, I had a problem with the cap. They went ahead and no questions asked. They said send me one out, as well as along with the tail cap switches for the stylus. So that's the kind of stuff I like there. Dropped this one earlier. This is the Coast. I forget the name. It doesn't have it actually written on here. And this, see, this is a finicky little light. Yeah. Anyway, don't recommend that one too highly. So this one has the three AAAs on the carousel, and this one is pretty badly corroded inside, and I've had issues with it. I just don't have to pay to send it back. I mean, this is such a cheap light that any of these, Coast lights, they'll replace them, they'll repair them, but I really don't want to have to pay to ship the thing back. So here's probably one of my favorites so far. It's the Pelican 2360. It's got about a 270 so lumen high. You got your strobe at the same lumens, I believe, and then you have your low beam. So about 2.5 hours runtime on your high. The finish is not very good, just with light use, kind of wearing off, which is no big deal to me. If they would have made in just maybe a plain silver one, just the bare aluminum finish, would have been pretty good. These also do have available pocket clips. The way I'm carrying this one, I don't need it. Carry it right here, and with some heavy vinyl and a extra screw on my Bear Grylls paracord knife. It's been pretty good. Works really well. And I also, at one time, whenever I had my Nebo, if I really needed it, I could put it in here as well. Just a little top heavy. But with this one, with this Pelican light, it really works well. Kind of tapers on the bezel and holds it pretty securely. I don't ever have any issues with it. Maybe if I was jumping around or something, but it does pretty good. Kind of the way I have this set up, you could use different lights on it. Actually, this is how I actually set it up, was for the Energizer, but since getting this the Pelican light, that's pretty much what stays in there. The brightness, the strobe, and the low feature, it's pretty awesome. Running AA batteries, I like it. So anything else you guys want to see? I've got knives, I've got several other things. I do have one more thing here. I believe this is a Cyclops brand. Just runs on a couple button cells. I got it for 75 cents. I bought 2 of them. I lost one of them. But what it's really good for is not for a belt. That's how I lost it. This clip's not quite big enough. For a hat, it's perfect. You gotta put it on your side. Or you can put it on the brim of your hat. Have something real small that case you needed it. Actually puts out, you know, a fair amount of light. So that's it for that. Guys have any comments, anything else you'd like to see, let me know. Thank you.